acting director of the global media unit at Save the Children. Rick, it's very difficult to understand how anyone would want to murder children, but is this all about territory? They want to terrorise the villagers to leave?
To be honest, it's hard to say what exactly they want, these insurgents. What we do know is that, as you announced, they kill children, they kill families, they burn houses, the violence is so extreme that people have to flee their homes, their houses, their livelihoods. They have to abandon their lands. About 670,000 people have fled their homes by now over the past few years. Over the past year, the last 12 months, there was a spike in the violence, and more than 500,000 people have fled. So that made the total of 670,000. That tells you something about how extreme the situation is. And these people have fled, everything they had. They took what they could carry, which is often just the clothes on their back, and they have nothing left. They're staying with families in safer areas in the province. They need food, they need shelter, they need clean water. Children need safety. They need to go to school. So the situation is very dire.
Is it even possible for an aid agency to operate in these circumstances?
Yeah, about 20% of Capo Delgado is really dangerous. We are not in those areas. We are in the areas where people are fleeing to. And that's where we try to help them. And with, as I said, clean water, safety, providing safety, psychosocial support for the children. They've seen terrible things. They've seen how people have been killed. They had to flee for their lives. Sometimes they lost their parents in the chaos. And, unfortunately, we've been able to reunite some of the children with their parents or their families. And that sometimes can take a few months. It's a difficult process to find family and make sure that the children are reunited with them. But sometimes it works. And then the real work starts, the real building of their trust, so to say. They have, as I said, they have seen terrible things. And they need support to cope with that, to cope with their experiences.
And this terrorist activity, is it really about the power struggle over Mozambique's considerable natural resources?
To be honest, that's really not up for aid agencies to decide. That is a political question, and we stay clear of that. What we are concerned about is the impact it has on the average people in Cabo Delgado. And about 2 million people live in Cabo Delgado, and about 1/3 of them, 670,000, had to flee for the violence. And that tells you something about the impact. And they use boats to flee to safety and to go further south or to the coastal areas. And the violence against these innocent people needs to stop. Violence against children needs to stop.
Rick Goverde, good to talk to you. Rick is the acting director of the global media unit at Save the Children. Thank you.